Today I'm going to be putting together a meal plan. I am going to be sharing a grocery haul with you that includes the prices of each item, and we are gonna go into my kitchen this week and I am going to cook 4 meals for you. I have some new, delicious, easy recipes that are budget friendly and they're easy on the waistline too.
Whatever we do it just for fun.
The menu plan for the week. I am kicking off Monday with a delicious beef vegetable soup. Tuesday is going to be baked pesto chicken. Wednesday will be cheesy Italian rice skillet. And Thursday is blackened chicken. Okay, so I have 1 green pepper. I have a bag of mozzarella cheese, some celery that looks pretty rough. I usually buy celery hearts, but they did not have celery hearts this time, and these just don't look great, so I might have to pick through those. I have a couple of onions, some parsley, a tomato, a package of sliced fresh mushrooms, a package of I can't believe it's not butter sticks. Needed some more of my egg beaters, a couple of orange juices, and we have a little bit of a pudding craze going on here at our house. Jason loves tapioca pudding, and this is his favorite brand of tapioca pudding. And then Justin, we spotted Hershey's chocolate pudding, yum, and Justin was like, yes please. And then me and Tim like butterscotch. I have some pesto, my bread that I like, and then I have some crusty bread for the vegetable soup. This is gonna go with that vegetable soup. It's gonna be so good dunked in that soup. I have a jar of Nutella and some marinara sauce. I have a couple boxes of chicken broth and 1 box of beef broth, and then I have some canned goods. They gave me 2 small cans of corn instead of 1 large one, so that's fine. And then I have some French style green beans, some regular green beans, sliced beets, and sliced potatoes. Continuing around to the back of the table, I have some diced tomatoes and some goldfish crackers, pizza flavored, my favorite baked cheddar and sour cream chips, Timothy's favorite lime and jalapeno chips. Needed some long grain rice, and then for the vegetable soup I needed peas, corn, and green beans. I needed potatoes, and we are almost all out of our Dawn dish soap. Our allergies are horrible, horrible right now. I don't know what is happening, but I needed some more aloe eye drops for my allergy eyes, and then I needed some more Herpecin cold sore lip balm. Tonight on my menu is beef vegetable soup. Now you can make this with like roast meat or something like that, but I'm just gonna keep mine simple, and I'm gonna make mine with hamburger. So I guess it's hamburger vegetable. Inside my house and my mind, it is fall. I am making soup. I have fall decorations. I have fall smelling candles, but outside it is like really, really hot. It's in the 90s, and we have our butterflies are all coming out. So I have butterflies flitting through my front yard as I'm in my home pretending it's fall. I kept the seasonings really simple for the burger. So I have onion powder, garlic powder, and salt and pepper. These are the vegetables I'm going to be chopping. I have a little bit of carrots left in this bag. I'm gonna try and use these ones up before I start into the unopened package. I have a little bit of onion I want to get used up, and then celery. Okay, in my pan I have the celery, onion, and carrots all chopped up and waiting for the next step. Okay, we are in my freezer in my garage, and I need to get corn, peas, and I have green beans somewhere, but I need to seriously locate them. I don't see them. Do you guys see them anywhere? We're looking for green beans. That's broccoli down there. All right, I need to move things around and figure this out. The green beans were behind the peas and the corn. Oh my goodness. But I have them in a bag because they have a little hole in them when I got them from the store. So we put them in a bag because I knew I'd be using them today, which was only like a day later. I peeled and diced a few potatoes and added those to the pot. Now I'm going to add the hamburger. I added 2 boxes of the low sodium chicken broth. I am adding diced tomatoes undrained. Now I have added the frozen vegetables, which is the green beans, corn, and peas. Oh my, it's getting very full. I am adding a ½ teaspoon of dried thyme, a couple cloves of garlic, 2 bay leaves, and then I'm going to season this however I want. It says to add pepper, but I'm going to go a little more and add some salt, pepper, and whatever else I can find to season it up. And I chopped up some fresh parsley to add to it too. Once this comes up to a simmer, we are going to be tortured by the yummy smell of this vegetable soup. It just dawned on me that you're probably thinking, this is not a beef vegetable soup because there's no beef broth. You can definitely add beef broth to this if you want instead of the chicken broth. This recipe was intended to be just a vegetable soup, but my wonderful husband does not like just vegetable soup. So that is why I add a little bit of burger to it, and then that satisfies Jason. But me and Tim, we like it, just the vegetable soup. And this also would be really good for just lunches for the week. If you made up a pot, left the burger out, made it just vegetable soup, and you could have soup and sandwiches for the week. This week I have made tuna fish because I knew I was making this pot of soup tonight, and I figured tuna fish sandwiches and vegetable soup is going to be a big majority of my lunches this week. This is a bowl full of deliciousness, and we have some Italian bread to go along with it too to dunk in those juices. For the basil pesto chicken bake, you can use a cookie sheet if you want to, but I'm going to use a cake pan. I have sprayed my cake pan, and I put some basil pesto down first. The recipe does not say to do this, but I'm going to. And then I have 3 chicken breasts cut in half lengthwise to make them thinner, and I am adding salt and pepper to both sides of the chicken, and then I will lay them in the pan. And then to the top of the chicken, I am adding some more of that pesto. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm going to put this in the oven and I'm going to bake it for 15 minutes. Okay, now I am topping the chicken with tomato slices. I am topping this with some mozzarella cheese. And now I'm going to sprinkle everything with some Parmesan cheese. This is going to go back in the oven for another 3 to 5 minutes or until the cheese is melted. It is fresh out of the oven. Oh my goodness, this looks so good and it smells even better. For a side, I have some mashed potatoes and then some green beans. Rounds up this meal perfectly. Howdy! Tonight we are making cheesy Italian rice skillet, and this is by the Skinny-ish Dish. All right, in a skillet, I have a pound of burger, and I added salt and pepper and onions to that. Now I'm adding some garlic, and I chopped up some green pepper and some zucchini, but I'm just gonna add, or try to add, just the green pepper to the pan right now and get that softened and have that burger pick up the flavors. Right. Now that the peppers and onions have softened, what that burger is cooked through, I am going to add the zucchini to my pan, and the recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm going to add these sliced mushrooms too. She kind of hinted at it in the recipe, and I thought, that sounds so good. So, and we like mushrooms. All right, this cooked down a little bit, which is good because I'm really hoping I can fit everything in this pan. I'm kind of getting worried at this point. So I'm going to add a little more salt and pepper to this pan, and then 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 tablespoons of, I know I say this wrong every time, I'm so sorry, it's my American Northern craziness of Worcestershire sauce. Sorry, I've been corrected. Whoop, I have a teaspoon. Let me get a tablespoon. All right, now that I have a tablespoon, I need 2 of these. Then I'm gonna give this a stir and mix all of these little seasonings in together here. Seriously, as soon as I started stirring this, oh, it smells so good. You have got to give this a try. So now I'm adding 2 cups of marinara sauce. Grab my spoon and get all the little bits out of it. I have 1 cup of long grain rice, not instant. And now I'm adding 2 cups of beef broth. All right, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to stir this very, very carefully. Okay, are you guys holding your breath? I'm holding my breath. Okay, we're being careful. Wow, and this is my deeper skillet too. But I wanna get all this stuff mixed in. And then I'm gonna put a tight fitting cover on this, and I'm going to let this simmer, I believe on low, for about 16 to 18 minutes or until the rice is cooked through. Hopefully it doesn't boil over, right? All right, wish me luck. Here I go. Cook, little buddy, cook away. The rice was cooking on low for 16 minutes because that's what the recipe said, and don't go by that. You gotta crank it up a little and make sure it's really simmering really well, because I told Tim, I'm like, you're gonna taste test this for me. He's like, okay. And he's like, crunch, crunch, crunch. He's like, Mom, the rice isn't done. And he crunched his way through the taste test. So I upped my burner, put that cover back on. I got it going at a lot more of a simmer, and I have it back on for 16 more minutes. I'm gonna watch it during this next 16 minutes. But I told Tim when I took the cover off, I was like, wow, it is really has a lot of liquid in it, and I don't want all that liquid in it. What in the world? Well, apparently it was too low. So just a little side note on this recipe, make sure you have it at a really good simmer and get that rice cooked. I was just thinking, this would have actually been better if I cooked it in my electric skillet. So the next time I make this, I will probably cook it in my electric skillet, because that way it'll cook the way it's supposed to, and I won't have to worry about filling up that frying pan like I did. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a note on that with the recipe when I print the recipe out. Oh, that looks much, much better. The rice is all cooked. It's not so juicy. You know what I forgot to do? I was rereading the recipe and I didn't realize it said to bring it up to a boil first, and I did not bring it up to a boil first. It says to bring it up to a boil first, then turn it down and simmer it for 16 minutes. So that was my mistake. But hey, you know, live and learn. It's a new recipe and I know it's gonna be good because Tim did taste test it even if it was crunchy. And he said that it's really good. So this is definitely going to be a keeper. It's like a real healthy version of a hamburger helper. To go on the side of the skillet meal, we are making a homemade garlic toast. We just put it in the oven and bake it up, and then if we need to, we put it on under the broiler. And I just do a little bit of butter and garlic powder. So while that garlic toast is cooking up in the oven, I'm gonna do the last step here. And that is adding 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna put the cover on it and I'm gonna let that melt all over that rice dish. It is gonna be so good. I have a gallon-sized bag and it's on my little bag holder, which I'll have this linked below. So in this, we're gonna mix a whole lot of seasonings. Starting off with 1 tablespoon of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of ground thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. I have cut up 4 boneless skinless chicken breasts and I'm gonna add them to this bag. I sealed up the bag really well, and this is basically like a shake and bake. You just shake all the seasonings in there with the chicken and get it coated really, really well. I'm gonna add a little oil to the skillet, let that heat for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna add the chicken. You wanna kind of make sure that the chicken is browned and completely done before serving. I always like a little bit of crispiness to my chicken. I bet you could make this in the air fryer. What do you think? Jason taste tested this and he said it is absolutely delicious. So this is a keeper for us. And on the side, I have some rice-a-roni, which is the mushroom and chicken rice-a-roni. And then I also have some green beans for a vegetable. Don't forget to grab the recipes linked below. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you soon.